Lord, tonight we begin with praise just for your holiness and majesty. We humbly ask for wisdom and discernment for all present here tonight. Lord, I pray that as the school term ends, that you would be with the school board members and employees, the administrators, faculty, staff, students, and stakeholders. Lord, I especially pray for our students, though. In these last few days, may we please exemplify your love and leave them with that knowledge that would carry them all the way through summer until they are with us once again. I pray that you be with us and for us, work in us and through us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Item number 1, to consider adopting the agenda as presented. Everybody have their agendas? Any changes? Everything all good? Comments? Hearing nothing, I'll take a motion to adopt the agenda as presented. Mr. Bowman, second by Ms. Lafitte. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, item number 2, to consider adopting the minutes of the March 24th, 2025 special meeting of the Beauregard Parish School Board as published in the official journal. Did everybody receive their minutes? Were there any discussion, changes? Anything? Okay, I'll consider a motion.
I'll make a
to
motion.
adopt. All righty, Mr. Sanford provided a motion, second by Ms. Lafitte. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 3, to consider adopting the minutes of the April 10th, 2025 regular meeting of the Beauregard Parish School Board as presented in the official journal. Did everybody receive those minutes? Were there any questions or comments or changes? Okay, we'll consider a motion to adopt those. Mr. Arshel made the motion, second by Mr. Bowman. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Item number 4, to hear the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President. This time, I'd like to recognize Ms. Isabel Palermo to come and give us our student representative report to the board.
Good afternoon, everyone. The month of April has been an eventful and encouraging month for schools across Beauregard Parish. I'm excited to share my report, so let's get started. This April, Singer High School has been celebrating their students' hard work during LEAP testing by treating them to a month full of fun activities and rewards. After practicing their persuasive writing skills, Ms. Smith and Ms. Rowe's first grade classes were rewarded with a movie and ice cream party. Meanwhile, Ms. Ivy and Ms. Smith organized a fun-filled trip to the Beaumont Children's Museum. Next, Singer Student Council members attended Bright Day, hosted by South Beauregard High School, where they ran an egg relay booth for kids to race with plastic eggs for prizes. Speaking of winners, students Miley Johnson, Jolie Franks, and Charlie Zombrecher represented Singer at the 4-H Achievement Day, where they received first place in the banner, exhibit, and name tag competitions, earning Singer High School second place overall. Singer also celebrated Easter with a very special visit from the Easter Bunny, and kids showed off their holiday spirit with a colorful face paint. To add to the excitement, Ms. Hardwick's second graders were treated with a pizza party hosted by Mr. Mike Harper, the president of the Beauregard Parish Police Jury, and Mr. Damon Cooley, supervisor for Beauregard Parish Police Jury, to recognize their victory in the parish litter poster contest. As a final celebration, the Share Volunteer Group hosted a prize drawing for students who received honor roll and banner roll to reward their academic success. In sports, first grader Kylie McDonald placed third in the tennis ball throw and fourth in the 100-meter run at the Southwest Regional Special Olympics, and first grader Dalton Curry placed first in the tennis ball throw. Finally, this April, Coach Peavy received a generous grant from the Eat, Move, Grow program, allowing Singer to purchase brand new gym equipment. This April, several exciting events and activities have taken place at South Beauregard Elementary School. Recently, students held their quarterly AR party and celebrated student achievements in reading, encouraging participation, and fostering a love for literacy. To celebrate Easter, individual classrooms had celebrations with festive activities like egg hunts and egg and spoon races. Additionally, many students attended Bright Day hosted by South Beauregard High School for an incredible day of fun. Next, during LEAP testing, students worked their hardest to show off their academic abilities and made sure they gave it their all on the test. Looking ahead, now that testing is complete, there are still plenty of exciting events to look forward to. Third graders will visit South Beauregard Upper Elementary to get a preview of what's to come next year, and additionally, Field Day will be a day filled with sports and outdoor activities like the Fun Run. Next, a mini book fair will offer students a chance to explore new books and foster a love for reading to start off the summer. Finally, the art show will showcase the creativity and artistic talents of the students at South Beauregard Elementary, giving them an opportunity to display their work. South Beauregard Upper Elementary School had an exciting season this April, with students participating in the Special Olympics at McNeese and joining in on Bright Day hosted by South Beauregard High School. Meanwhile, the 4-H Club participated in Achievement Day, placing second in Best Club and third in Best Name Tag, while Miss Brady's 4th grade class placed second in the Save the Boot poster contest. Finally, students Jace Toops and Colt Carlson participated in the Light Rifle Competition, the Goat Tying Competition, the DeRitter J.H. Rodeo, and the Acadian J.H. Rodeo. South Beauregard Upper Elementary is so proud of their achievements. South Beauregard High School has been on a roll this April, with students Jacob Doucet and Carter Reeves placing second in the state welding competition, with Jacob being named top individual. Students also celebrated Autism Awareness Day and hosted their second annual Bright Day, which is an event organized by the Student Council to bring students around the parish together and have a fun day for special education students to shine. With many participants and volunteers showing up to celebrate, the day was truly one to remember. Next, seniors Luke Fontenot and Elise Walker earned $1,500 scholarships from the Beauregard Electric Corporation. Meanwhile, after their success at the district competition, the library rally team is preparing to head off to state. Speaking of success, senior Samira Attain won 3rd place in the 2025 Congressional Art Competition, with a special thanks to her art teacher, Nydia Fontenot, who supported and encouraged her art journey. Additionally, South Beauregard High School would like to spotlight senior Kaylee Bell Minton, who completed 62 college hours over the past 2 years as an LSU E-Academy dual enrollment student. She is one of 2 students in the entirety of Beauregard Parish to graduate high school with her associate's degree. Meanwhile, in sports, the track team shined at the district meet with 32 qualifiers for regionals. Of those qualifiers, Sabrina Scarlett came out on top as regional champion with her 100-meter run, which is the fastest 3A time in state. Next, the golf team made a massive comeback this year after taking a 6-year break and will be participating in the LHSAA state tournament this May. Additionally, the Knights basketball team is hyped up to go to the state tournament after winning the regional games and finishing their season with a record of 20-9. Finally, to celebrate the end of the year, South Beauregard will be hosting their awards day on May 13th at 9 a.m. in the high school gym. East Beauregard High School's Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America members learn leadership skills by participating in the state competition and attending the 2025 FCCLA State Leadership Conference on April 1st and 2nd in Alexandria. There, students received an award for chapter growth and outstanding service. Meanwhile, the Junior Beta created uplifting cards for the elementary students to reduce sleep testing jitters and help build their confidence. Additionally, they teamed up with the Junior High Student Council to run a supply drive for the local busing boxes in our community. Next, Art Club students dedicated their Free Friday to meet with guest speaker Jenga Garcia, a local artist who has sold and exhibited her work internationally. She generously took her time to share her work with the Art Club students, as well as give constructive feedback on their artwork and sketchbooks. She reported that she was very impressed with their skills and creative ideas. Finally, in sports, both softball and baseball have officially wrapped up their seasons, and district and regional track meets were a great success. Additionally, 2 Lady Trojans have qualified to compete at the state track meet in May. At Pinewood Elementary, several students proudly represented their school at the SWLA Special Olympics, while the entire school participated in National Child Abuse Prevention Month and Month of the Military Child. To celebrate the end of LEAP testing, students who demonstrated good behavior, strong attendance, and dedication to giving it their all on the test were entered into a raffle for a free bicycle, generously donated by Stein, B1 Bank, AmeriSafe, and Beauregard Health Systems. Next, 6th grade students had the opportunity to attend DeRitter High School's play, Something Rotten, where they were complimented on their excellent manners. As a reward for their good behavior and their participation in a chocolate fundraiser, students were treated to Kona Ice, Pizza Hut, and a game day pass with pizza. Looking ahead, Pinewood Elementary School students are preparing for even more end-of-the-year excitement, such as hosting the DHS Senior Walk, a trip to the Houston Zoo for the Science Explorers, Sports Day, and finally closing the year with an awards day on Thursday, March 15th. DeRitter Junior High School motivated students for LEAP testing this April with a Secret Spirit Day for each day of testing. Students were excited to see how the teachers would be dressed each day, adding an element of fun to testing week. Those who met the testing goals were awarded by having their name entered into a raffle to win West Park pool passes, Stanley mugs from Steins, and gift cards from Curl Cream. Meanwhile, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Club hosted a breakfast and coffee bar each morning and provided lunch for teachers from Subway to treat faculty during testing. After testing, DeRidder Junior High School hosted Purple Day to show support for children of military families. Students and guests were treated to lunch and baked goods made by the Family and Consumer Science classes. Additionally, the peer leaders participated in assisting with K.R. Hanshy's annual field day, and the 4-H Club participated in 4-H Achievement Day. Finally, DeRidder Junior High School would like to congratulate Miss Nicole Crawford for her naming as the VFW District Middle School Teacher of the Year. DeRidder High School students were thankful to finally complete their LEAP testing after spring break. The theater department hosted its spring musical theater production of Something Rotten, and the JROTC also hosted its annual ball on April 12th, where they were treated with entertainment by the DeRidder High School Jazz Band. Meanwhile, 16 DeRidder students were able to compete at the State Literary Rally at LSU, with 5 students, Adeline Richer, 3rd in Accounting, Ian Buxton, 3rd in Advanced Math Functions and Statistics, Addison Lyles, 2nd in English 1, Ray Wooley, 2nd in English 3, and Briley Lockhart, 3rd in Algebra 2, placing within Division II at state. Additionally, many student council members and special education students participated in Bright Day, hosted by South Beauregard High School. Finally, in sports, both the baseball and softball teams advanced to the LHSAA playoffs, and the tennis team has students Olivia Shirley, Aiden Gillen, Grant Cooper, and Tanner Russell all qualify for the LHSAA state tournament in the singles division, while teams Scott Hammersmith and Philip Damone qualified in doubles. Next, the boys golf team won their district tournament and qualified for state after their outstanding performance at regionals. The track team also competed at its regional meet on April 30th, where some of the Dragons qualified for the state. Overall, April for schools in Beauregard Parish is full of victories, and I cannot wait to share with you what next month will have in store. With that, this concludes my April report.
Thank you, Isabel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, this time, one of the best parts of this job is when we get to recognize the outstanding students of Beauregard Parish, and so there are quite a few we're going to recognize tonight. First, I'd like to shine a spotlight on dual enrollment. For those of you unfamiliar with that, all across our parish, we provide opportunities for students to seek outside of high school for college and career and technical credit, which is considered our dual enrollment program. We are incredibly proud to recognize 2 exceptional high school seniors who have achieved a historic milestone in our district. Jada Eves of Singer High School and Kaylee Bell Minton of South Beauregard High School have earned an associate degree from Louisiana State University, LSUE, through the dual enrollment program, all while completing their high school education. They are the first students in our district history to graduate from high school already holding a college degree. Their dedication, perseverance, and commitment to academic excellence are truly inspiring, and they have set a new standard for what's possible through hard work and opportunity. Please join us in congratulating Jada and Kaylee on this remarkable achievement. We look forward to all they will accomplish in the future. So, if you'll step forward. Because you're going to get a photo of I'd like to invite
Yep.
Singer and the South Beauregard board members and our board president. I'd like to congratulate the parents on a lot of, and the young ladies on some money saved through college tuitions. So that's really, really, really great. Very impressive. This time, we are going to shift gears to some recent FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America, participants, and we are proud to recognize the following: Anna Clary, Leela Holly, and Landry Vayon from South Beauregard High School for their outstanding performance in the FBLA State Leadership Conference. These talented students competed in the Introduction to Event Planning category and placed first in the state, earning them the honor of representing Louisiana at the FBLA National Leadership Conference this summer, which is in Anaheim, California. Their achievement reflects exceptional teamwork, creativity, and professionalism. We are excited to see them showcase their skills on the national stage. Congratulations and best of luck at nationals. So if I just called your name, would you come forward for a picture, please? And South, move on next.
Might as well just say it. I think I've got another one.
Yes, I can.
I mean, you signed up for this.
Next, one of my favorite organizations that, or opportunities that we provide our students is Educators Rising, which is a program that has been in our parish for the past several years, and it shifts locations, but recently South Beauregard took the reins. And as we've moved, or if you've known the history of education, since COVID and prior to, the recruitment of teachers, qualified teachers, and just teachers in general across the nation have continued to dwindle. And one of the things that we know best, especially in our rural schools, is that if we can grow educators in our own communities, we can bring them back to our schools where they are already highly invested. And this is what Ed Rising does for our students. So we are proud to recognize the incredible achievements of our South Beauregard High School students at the recent Educators Rising Louisiana State Conference. This is SBHS's very first year with the Ed Rising program, and the first time students from our district have qualified to participate at the state level. These students have truly set the bar high. Miranda Dyer and Kyle Beebe, first place varsity and overall and interactive bulletin board. Kale Deal, first place varsity and second place overall in creative lecture. McKinley LaFleur, second place junior varsity in children's literature K3. Kevin Arnold, sixth place varsity in Ed Rising Moments speech. These students have not only made school history, but they have also qualified to represent SBHS in our district at the Ed Rising National Conference. Their dedication, creativity, and professionalism shine bright light on the future of education, and we couldn't be more proud. Way to go, future educators. So, if I've called your name and you're here, let's take a photo. Just to let you know, the last time we were together on side of 171, chasing a 400-pound bull hog all over the road because someone was afraid it was going to get hit. It actually covered quite a distance because when I passed it, then this is one of the things you drive all the time. You're like, is that a redneck? Before he's down here, and I'm like, why is it on the road? It was at the dollar store in Longwood. And so I get home and I tell my wife, I said, I just passed a huge hog on the road, and she's going down the highway, she's like, take me to see it. So, I'm like, sure. So we circle back around, and I and we will move on. Art. We've heard this name during Isabel's presentation tonight. We are thrilled to recognize Samira Etienne from South Beauregard High School for earning third place in the prestigious 2025 Congressional Art Competition. This national competition, sponsored by the U.S. House of Representatives, highlights the artistic talent of high school students from across the country. Each congressional district selects the top pieces of art to be honored. So Mariah's impressive placement among so many talented artists reflects exceptional creativity, skill, and dedication to the arts. Being recognized at this level is a significant achievement. And is Mariah here? I did not see her, but let's go ahead and give her a round of applause for this outstanding. And thus concludes the superintendent's report.
Alright. Thank you, Mr. Hawley. All right. Item number 5, to receive the budget for fiscal year ending 2026. Yes, ma'am. It's so wonderful seeing all their accomplishments, especially 2 associates already. Like, what?
And hopefully, as we've increased our partnerships with different universities, this will be a more common event for us.
Yes.
Outstanding accomplishments.
Good evening, everybody. Well, that's a hard group to follow, but I'll do my best. Okay, so here we are. We are concluding one school year. We are going into the next fiscal year here in our budget world. So we will start by covering with this budget our key allocations, our major expenses, and revenue forecasts. The goal of this budget is to ensure financial clarity, support strategic goals, and maintain accountability across all departments. You'll see that at the start of your budget is the new Form A that we have been building up to through the year, especially with the reporting of our revenues and expenditures to the Department of Treasury. The Form A is to provide an organized way for school systems to support their budget information. The general fund column that you'll see at the first one includes all revenues and expenses. And I know normally when we do our monthly financial reports, we think of the general fund as the MFP dollars. But in state terms, when it comes to our annual financial report and this Form A, the general fund includes all of our revenues and expenses from general fund, MFP dollars, ad valorem, sales tax, parish-wide debt, and any other operational transfer expenses for JROTC, workers' compensation, and also the operational cost of school food service. Before I go any further, does anybody have any questions about that Form A? Normally, you're used to getting that budget summary, but now that we have these new laws we're required to follow, any question on that? Okay, I'll move along. We are presenting an operational budget for Beauregard Parish School Board with total projected revenues, not to include our federal grants, of $93,105,478. This is an overall increase of 12% of Beauregard Parish total revenues from last year's budgeted revenues. These forecasted increases are based on fiscal year end to date 2025 actual revenues seen in the increases of our sales tax funds as well as our ad valorem fund. If you want to follow along, we don't have it up, okay. If you don't have it, Mr. Archfield, do you want to take a picture with, I have a QR code, you can scan it and it'll show up on your phone. Okay. That, or you can look on with Miss Cynthia, but at least you'll have it. So this QR code's only going to be good for 7 days. That way you can look at it. You can't see it. You have it on yours?
Yes, ma'am. But that is a really good idea with the QR code.
Well,
I like that.
I kind of tried to keep track of who has their devices and who watches it on their phones, so,
Yeah.
or who verifies stuff on their phones. If we're looking at our general fund, solely MFP, we saw a decrease from last year's total of $37,160,316 to $36,523,416. This is an overall 2% decrease. The general fund revenues as a total, which is, now we're going back to what we see as in our financial reports, which is going to include your MFP dollars and all other state resources that we get. So restricted revenues, reimbursements that we get for odds and ends throughout the parish, textbook recovery, The general fund revenues in total is forecasted to be $43,196,879, which is almost a 1% increase over last year's general fund revenues. This increase is being seen in our state restricted revenues. This is coming from when we are doing our audits on Medicaid. The more that our nurses and our counselors are doing seeing their Medicaid students and putting in for their time surveys, we get to get reimbursed on that. So that's where we're seeing a lot of that. I'm just going over just key points of it, but we're on general fund. So if you want to look, if you're going based off of your PDF, you're in the general fund, but I'm giving it as a whole. General fund expenses are $42,834,139. Of the general fund expenses, $39,711,342 of that is solely salaries and benefits. This is 93% of your general fund budget. A lot of people ask where the rest of it goes. If you do the math, that doesn't leave much left after we pay salaries and benefits. But that goes to our supplies and our educational professional services.
Finish go up.
Yes, your cost of salaries is going up. Yep, your staff hasn't gone up, but your cost of salaries has increased. So your cost of benefits have seen an increase. Those are where you're going to see that. Moving on to your ad valorem fund, we have a forecasted total revenue of $14,224,277. This is a 7% increase over last year's actuals that have been collected to date. Ad valorem's forecasted expenses have increased over the last several years, and especially from last year to this year, by 3%, with a total forecasted expenditure of $13,463,204. We're seeing those increases in our supplies for what, that's, everything has gone up. When you go to review your sales tax funds, both S6 and S9, they both have shown an increase in your revenues compared to the fiscal year end 25 budget, which in turn will also present an increase in your expenditures. The more sales tax we get, the more we get to pay out to our employees. School food service did not see a change in revenues, but there was a small increase in expenses due to the rising cost of food supplies. Lastly, Bond 23 shows all current or encumbered projects currently in progress. So that one will continuously change with when we are due for a revision for the fiscal year on 26 budget. I was able to meet, you have all received the budget worksheets that we sent through Google, where you could see the conversations had from directors and supervisors as far as what their needs were. I was able to meet most of those needs after I was able to make sure that our accrued expenses were all met, salaries, liabilities, utilities. So with that, if you have questions regarding federal grants, you can see the federal grant supervisor. And then if you review the budget and you have any questions regarding that, you can get to me. It's got to sit. I will have a hard copy here in the boardroom. That has to sit in the boardroom for public viewing until we come to vote in June. Did anybody have any questions? And if there's nothing coming to mind right now, it's all good. View it and let me see. That's why I wanted to get it to y'all early.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
All right. Item number 6, to consider and take action with respect to a resolution concerning millages.
Okay, we have 4 ad valorem millages that we needed either to vote or read the resolution to remain the same or to roll forward. I believe the board has discussed or has considered, and we are going to stay the same. We are not rolling forward with the current millages. So I will need to read this as following, and then we will need to vote for purposes. I wanted to get you off that boot. Resolution, be it resolved that the following millages are hereby levied on the 2025 tax roll on all properties subject to taxation by the Beauregard Parish School Board. Millage, Constitution tax, 4.78 mills. Parish-wide maintaining and operating, 8.63 mills, excuse me. Parish-wide maintaining and operating, 22.52 mills. Parish-wide bond, principal and interest, 17.80 mills. Be it further resolved that the proper administrative officials of the Parish of Beauregard, State of Louisiana, be and they are hereby empowered, authorized, and directed to spread said taxes as here and above set forth upon the assessment roll of said parish for the year 2025, and to make the collection of the taxes imposed for and on behalf of the taxing authority according to the law, and that the taxes herein levied shall become a permanent lien and privilege on all properties subject to taxation as herein set forth, and collection thereof shall be enforceable in the manner provided by law. The foregoing resolution was read in full, the roll was called on the adoption thereof, and the resolution was adopted by the following votes. So at this time, we will need a vote on accepting or maintaining the current millage rates as they are, and we will need to record the yeas and nays.
All righty. So all those in favor, yay, raise your hand.
That's unanimous? Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. Item number 7, to hear recommendations from the Finance Committee.
Ms. Weldon, I recommend that if we could have a motion from the board for a Globo of all food products.
He's already on it.
Can we go, I'll make a motion to go A through F.
Yes.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion from Ms. Neely, second by Mr. Shirley.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so,
Now we vote to pass that.
yes, ma'am. I was like, what? Okay, since we are globoing all these, does anybody have any discussion with regard to the items that we'll be voting on, since there is multiple? Okay. I can't remember, do I need to, like, we've globoed it, but do I need to get, no, I just vote on it.
We approve the Globo, now we
Sorry, my
vote
brain.
on the one unit.
Do we don't need a motion? Because we already have it. Good, okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, good. All right. Item G, motion to approve revision of policy file GBA compensation guides and contracts and waive the waiting period. Was there any discussion on this? All right, hearing nothing. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Mr. Hawley, is there any other business? that you
Just
have? Any
point of
announcements?
information, I do believe I sent this all to you yesterday, or asked that it be communicated. Tomorrow will be a virtual day for our students as the only day to make up from the rain. There were some colorful depictions of my intellectual ability on social media this weekend, but I do want to reiterate, typically we like to inform our parents and constituents early of the weather outages, but there was a lot of concern from our students. Like, I know some schools, their seniors missed their last day, and so people wanted to be there. So I do apologize publicly for any inconvenience in early morning call, but it was done with the best intentions in mind. And I did warn everybody on Monday night that it would be late. So
Yes, you did.
we will have a virtual day for students tomorrow.
All right, so students prepare.
They should have been taken care of today, but we should be good.
All righty. Motion to adjourn. Mr. Bowman, second by Mr. Archel. All right,